And then when they were seniors, they went to the Nationals. The National Championships. I mean, they ripped assholes. Betsy, the one, the better of the two, went past it.
Okay.
And the professor said, "Jesus Christ, who put you on fire? Who started a fire under your ass about this debate thing?" Well, there's some guy there, Iliopolis. So they wrote me a letter. They said, "Mr. Iliopolis, we know that you coach in there and teach you, and we'd like for you to come to West End." I said, "Where is that? Where the fuck is West End?" "Well, there's a place in Delaware. There was a college up there." I didn't give a shit about it. I had no dreams about going to West End. And they invited me up for an interview, and they hired me.
Wow.
That's how I got that fucking job. I had an M.A.
And so, she was, so you were at Westland, overlapped with her time at Westland then, right?
No,
she had left by then?
She had left. And
Does she know this, that that's how you got to Westland?
I don't know. I didn't communicate with him.
Where did the other one go?
She's a teacher in Columbus.
The lesser of the two?
Right. She was so intelligent. You just start talking to her, and she'd look you in the face, and then just make you feel stupid with your next remark. She just.
Well, that's what I like about in a woman.
She really. You just incite some. Cut to the ribbons. No. But she's very pleasant. Very pleasant.
That's the worst type.
Yes.
That's the worst type.
The worst type.
So, and so you taught debate at Westland then. Is that what you started out doing?
Right. I taught debate. I taught the debate program. I had the debate program.
And how?
And I couldn't get those kids to. I couldn't find a Betsy Bruss. I couldn't find a Mary Jane. I couldn't find any. Where the fuck are the kids like that? I thought the place would be full of those people.
You thought you'd have a larger pool to.
Yes. And the guy who's coaching with me was a real, he was irritable bowel syndrome. The older he got, the more irritable he got. And he got to the point.
Was there a hierarchy between you two, or was he the head of the program, or equals?
We were kind of sharing the thing together.
Okay.
And he wanted to back off. He'd been doing it for 30 years, and he wanted to back out. So he was hiring his replacement. He was responsible for getting me there.
Gotcha.
And I would bring these debaters in, and he would sit back and listen. I said, I'd like for you to listen to this guy, Ed. What do you think? The kid would debate, and he'd say, "Yeah, I'd sit here and listen to you. You wouldn't make a good pimple on a debater's ass."
Morning, Glenn.
Morning.
Morning.
Yeah.
That kid then would say, "What the fuck? Well, I need this. I'm trying to do the best I can. I'm working my ass off preparing this thing, and he tells me I can't make a pimple on a debater's ass. I don't want to do this. I don't need beat up like that. I don't like him. I don't like people attacking me like that." I said, "Well, you're a blackhead, but I said, it could be a pimple." I said, "Now, are you going to go on with this?" He says, "I quit." And so little by little, he kept kicking him out of the program.
He didn't want there to be a program for someone to take over.
Well, no, I think he wanted to preserve it somehow, David. I honestly do. But I'll tell you what beat me up was Budweiser and Bud Light and the fraternity system. They would say, I'd make an announcement. In 3 weeks, there's a debate at Princeton. We're going to go. And we're going to go to New Jersey. Harvard will be there, and Yale, and we're going to kick some ass there. We'll show you guys can get a chance to really beat the Ivy. Hey, 5 Gams are bringing 22 kegs. We're going to get drunk, and we're going to get laid. We're going to get fucked, and I'm going to get drunk. And you want me to go debate in New York? I don't want to do that. I'm not going to debate. What do you think of that? I'm not going to participate in this. We have to leave here Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Those are the good times. Those are the good times at the school. That's when all the booze is flowing. And that's when all the fucking is going on. Now, you want me to stop drinking and fucking? You're wrong. And they just kept drifting away from the program. I couldn't get two debaters to rub together. And eventually I had 60 people.
Why didn't you involve booze and broads in your debate program?
That would have helped it. I couldn't get a girl to debate. I couldn't get women. Women didn't want to do this. There weren't very many good women debaters. Guys were doing this. The guys seemed to, they were more aggressive.
But that was just coincidental, right? Because you already had. So how did you get in? You then moved on to speech and communication?
Well, no, I tried to keep the program alive. There was another element to it, dramatic interpretation. So I started taking them, doing dramatic readings and poetry, reading poetry and reading prose, and it was all part of a speech contest. But the debate was a real thing. The debate was a real competition, and we never won another debate trophy. Well, we won one debate trophy after that. I had a couple of good debaters, but after they left, I couldn't get others. I put ads in the paper. I tried to encourage them. We had a debate in Albuquerque, and we went there and flew to Albuquerque. I loved it. We had a great time. They had a conference there and the whole thing. They invited attorneys from Albuquerque to judge the debates. Those guys were really impressed, and the kids there were like 60 colleges, universities there. There was a kid named Alex Shoemate.
Oh, sure, yeah. He's on the Ohio State Board of Trustees.
He was one of my debaters.
Yeah, and he's well known in Columbus.
Yes. He was one of the last.
He's a lawyer, right?
Yes. He's a member of a law firm. I didn't know if you knew who he was or not.
Yeah.
But he's made it big at the university, and he went to Albuquerque with us. Ed Robinson and I and Alex and one other student, and he participated in a congress there, and he was voted the most congenial. There was like 120 kids there in that congress. It was like a UN meeting, and he was voted Mr. Congeniality. He's really a neat guy. I've kept in touch with him.